It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, you're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, did you know that iron deficiency means that your body does not have enough iron? Your body needs iron to help carry oxygen through your blood to all parts of your body. Now, did you also know that iron deficiency affects more women than men, with 1 in 2 women in South Africa suffering from iron deficiency? Now, Dr. Fourie joins us on the line this morning to chat about what exactly iron deficiency is, the symptoms and also signs, and how one is able to treat it. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us on the line this morning.
Thank you very much. I am more than excited to be part of this. Iron is the coolest element known to mankind, and not a lot of people know it. And so it's my job today to kind of convince you that if there is one element or mineral in this world that can change your life, this is probably it. So hit me with the big questions. I'm ready to go.
Dr. Grant, I want us to take it back to the basics and understanding what iron is exactly and why our bodies need it.
So it's a tough question because literally the iron is involved in almost everything in your body, especially most of the iron in your body is used to make blood, but probably only 60–70% of it. The rest of it is used in your brain. Your body uses it in your gut. Your body uses it for good immune health. You even see people can get depressed when their iron levels go low. So there's something in my brain, there's something in my energy production of every system in my body that needs iron to function properly. It's really not just about blood. And as long as people kind of think it's just about blood, we might be missing out on some of the more important aspects of what iron is doing and where we find iron in your body. The thing about iron is, what you mentioned, is that 1 in 2 women are probably running iron low. And it is primarily a female problem, although interestingly men have a problem with iron as well, but men often have a problem of excess iron. And it's an interesting thing that as inflammation in a man goes up, his iron levels go up, so we can actually use it as a marker to see how his general health is. But women, especially young women in the fertile reproductive stage of life, so all women having periods, all women who are pregnant, young girls and children, these are your vulnerable groups where we're just seeing that the iron levels are low across the board. But we have a problem with the way that we're testing at the moment, because we so often just test something in your blood called hemoglobin, which is the part of the blood that carries the oxygen. And it's an absolutely important one to test. Most of the iron is in that blood cell, but by the time that's starting to get low, we find the other areas that iron is needed in the body have probably been low for a long time already. So this is sometimes the last sign that your body is iron deficient rather than the first sign.
Doctor, maybe take us through that. What are some of the signs and symptoms of low iron, and are these specific to iron deficiency?
A lot of people think if I don't have iron, I'm tired. So unfortunately for you and me, as the doctor, there are hundreds of reasons you can be tired, but it definitely is one of the most common symptoms of low iron. But you can have weird things. You can have pain. You can have weakness. You can have endurance issues, which you sometimes find, like, you can say, look, I go for a 3K jog every morning and I seem fine, but when I climbed Table Mountain last week, I was so short of breath. So as soon as you put that extra pressure on your heart and on your blood pressure and your pulse, suddenly the iron deficiency becomes a real thing, and it's separate from fitness. So you can't sort of out-train iron deficiency. So tiredness, weakness, by far the most important signs. But there's some odd ones. I mentioned the depression that some children get, or adults as well, but often in children, this is one of the first signs: tiredness, lethargy. I'm just not interested. I don't feel like studying. I'm lying over the couch. We see a reduction in immunity, so these people are getting sick more often and taking longer to get better. We see weird things like cravings for ice is a very common craving. I just need to be chewing on ice. So people that are putting half ice and half brandy, you got to watch them. Then some people will actually feel like chewing things. We talk about picker, so they want to chew things like chalk and sand and soils, and so it's almost the body knows it needs a mineral and it starts to look for sources of this mineral.
Dr. Grant, you are mentioning things that we easily overlook. If I'm tired, I just think, I'm just tired. Let me get an injection of, some sugar or anything to keep me going. As you've mentioned, coffee is the one thing that we usually lean on. But if you find that you are iron deficient, how do you treat it, doctor, and choose the best iron supplement for your body?
Very, very good question, because a lot of people think that if you eat meat, then you're getting enough iron, and we find this really not true. So food in itself is good to maintain iron levels, but as soon as there's a problem or a deficiency of iron in your body, you can't, or with great effort, increase that level of iron in your body purely by nutrition and food. So we find that we have to supplement iron. So if you know you have an iron problem, you eat iron-rich foods, so meats and specifically organ meats. So mixing things like liver and heart and kidneys into minces and things is a great way to get in. But that's not great for the vegetarians. They're just not so happy with that idea. So there we go for chickpeas and lentils and dark green leafy vegetables. And a lot of your root vegetables have got a lot of minerals in them. But it's hard to get that. So we kind of differentiate between iron maintenance, which is nutrition and sort of low strength iron supplements, and iron treatments, which is your higher strength, we call bioavailability. So this is the iron supplement that's going to give you a good iron deposit that your body can actually use and store and build up on. So you have good quality iron supplements. And one has to differentiate between that then. And you can possibly ask when you buy your iron, is this a treatment or is this a supplement? It's a very important distinction to make. I often make use of intravenous iron when I just feel like I need to get this up really quickly. It just must be given in a way, and it must be tested and checked that it's actually getting into your body well, it's being absorbed well, being used well, and it's going to the areas of your body that your body actually needs.
This is just like an enlightening moment for me, because it's like, it's better to maintain than, you know, try to cure or make up for what you have lost over the years. So thank you so much for joining us this morning and just shedding light on this very important, you know, matter, iron deficiency, and the importance of maintaining, you know, a correct level of iron. I hope that you have an awesome morning further.
Thank you. Okay, such exciting stuff to tell you. So you better be here next week, but you guys will probably be here.
Yes.
But the other people, tell them they must come, because next week we need to tell you what the different irons are and how to get that into your body.
Noted, Doctor. Well, you heard it here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, to keep it locked.
Now, everyone gets tired from time to time, but if you feel exhausted every day, you may be suffering from fatigue, a symptom of iron deficiency. Now, 1 in 2 South African women suffer from iron deficiency. So if you are concerned about your symptoms, it is important that you find out with certainty whether iron deficiency is the reason by speaking to your doctor in order to work out what is causing your symptoms and how to treat it best.
Get the right amount with FERRIMED, South Africa's #1 prescribed iron treatment. Visit ferrimed.co.za now for more product information.